Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Are you ready to survive No More Room in Hell 2 together? If you enjoy the adventure, don't forget to like and subscribe. Maybe consider dropping a comment to share any of your thoughts. Thanks as always, and let's get into it.
Hey guys, welcome back. It looks like Torn Banner is trying to release monthly updates for us now, but they've also committed to a monthly roadmap review, and it is that time of month to check out the roadmap. So they're titling this The Road Ahead to our huge April update. They come out with the meat and potatoes, new urban maps, Waldoboro and Pottsville, deep in development, along with Combat 2.0, character roster, and much, much more. They take a quick second to reflect back on the Nightmare update coming out just over a week ago. They're excited to reveal the brand new Road to April roadmap. Internally, they've had this kind of pinned on their calendars for quite a while as an update that will completely revamp No More Room in Hell 2. They're putting a little focus on April as it's their bigger update, 0.4.0. They're describing it as huge and the biggest update, but they also have an update coming for us in March, what I guess they would describe as a minor update, but it has some exciting stuff in it, as we're about to get into. So the part about the March update I'm excited about is their first iteration of the in-game earned credits for weapon loadouts, but they'll also be adding in 2 new weapons, a MP5 and a Rochester 1873 rifle. They're going to do some tuning to make infection more prominent. I hope not more visually prominent. I hope more threatening to your survival prominent and more. So they share with us this roadmap visual where they kind of recap from the early access launch all the way through all the updates and into the future a little bit. We have October's early access launch with the power plant, 8-player co-op, permadeath progression, 4 zombie types, and combat 1.0. We got reinforcement a month later, improved hit responses, M7A1, the M1911A1, that mid-HUD option I've been using, general quality of life improvements, bug fixes, December hit infection, stage 1, self-sacrifice, private lobbies. That's where we started to drain our stamina when we were sprinting. Quality of life improvements in general. February update just gave us the firefighter zombies, that caliber-based ammo, some new skills, difficulty rebalancing, bug fixes. Nightmare just launched. We're still trying to get into that Nightmare difficulty game. Knock on wood. New power plant scenarios, new start, new end. Weapon attachments, backfill. Doesn't work with 2 players. Let's get that fixed, guys. Bug fixes and much, much more. And then we get into the stuff we're excited about. So looking at March, we have that MP5 submachine gun, the Rochester 1873 rifle, inventory loadouts. I'm excited about it. I'm hoping it's just going to scratch an itch for progression a little bit, just being able to play around and just experience the game in a slightly different way. Some more difficulty rebalancing. I think classic and hard could be separated a little bit more. So maybe that's going to be good. Infection tuning. Got to see what they're going to do to it. Really understand that, but it has some flaws. It has some things to be worked on. So let's see what they do. Bug fixes and more. So April, again, biggest update, huge update, reanimation, 0.4.0, surprise major content. That could be anything, who knows? But they're saying the Pottsville map is going to be there. They mentioned earlier the Waldoboro. Sorry if I'm getting that wrong. I know that's in a similar development stage. It doesn't look like it's in April, but probably shortly after. We got a character roster. I don't know how many characters we can have, 2 or 3, 4 or 5, who knows. Combat 2.0, we're going to be checking out shortly. More zombie types. I think they've talked about that construction zombie for a little bit. It does have an S there. They've been pretty accurate with their S's on the end of types and maps and things like that. So, and much, much more. And they put a blurb at the bottom about just ongoing improvements, extra content, features, fixes, more with every update. Any update might have some weapons, characters, balancing, performance, user experience, user interface improvements, and much, much more. So they go on to say they fully understand that us players are reaching for a little content, and they remind us that the team is working tirelessly to deliver that. I feel it's important to showcase the work that's already been done. We kind of went over that quickly as we were inspecting the roadmap visual. So we're going to go through this a little quick. They remind us that game development is difficult and complex, but through multiple challenges since early access launch, they have brought in launch updates every month with big features and improvements, including infection, self-sacrifice, caliber-based ammo, weapon attachments, nightmare mode, making our first map power plant deeper and more replayable, private lobbies, and hundreds of bug fixes. And I think they definitely deserve credit for that. The game launch was a little rough. It is what it is, but they've been making progress month by month. Some of it felt small in the beginning. It's starting to feel better and better every update. Nightmare update, I think, added a lot of replayability, a lot of fun. It brought a lot of players back. It sounds like April's update is going to be even bigger and better. So they go into the reanimation update. Will be one of the biggest game updates their studio has ever put together, which I know they've done some other big games, so that kind of sounds pretty impressive. We kind of have to wait and see, but sounds promising. They go on to say that the roadmap that we saw above really only showcases a portion of the new features and improvements coming. With April approaching, they plan on giving away more details on the full feature list in the near future. I think, to be honest, with just the features they showed there, a new map, improved combat, character roster, I'd be okay with that as an update. New map would be kind of everything. But the fact that they're teasing that there's just still much more to come that we're not aware of, can't complain about that. So the reanimation naming of this upcoming update was very intentional. They're looking to showcase the growth that the game has seen since the October launch and just breathe back some life into the game. They lost some of the original launch crowd with the rough state. So they're hoping to bring that back to life here, a little reanimation of the game. So they had a lot to say about their Combat 2.0 system. After we kind of read through all this, we're going to go back and watch I think a short 30-second clip, and we'll just watch it through and then maybe have a little commentary of what we think afterward. They go on to kind of discuss how do they bring in their melee learnings from Chivalry without making it feel like Chivalry, keeping it a No More Room in Hell 2 game. That was kind of one of their major concerns as they were trying to implement a melee system for us. So things they considered were, how would an untrained combatant go into melee against a zombie trying to eat your face? How do they keep that fun? And while some aspects of the melee system worked, they realized that players weren't happy with the current iteration, and they were looking to make some big changes for the overall combat experience. So they're describing Combat 2.0 as more than an upgrade to their current combat system and a fundamental change in their holistic approach. The original launch combat system was streamlined into a simpler version of its former self. Attacks currently feel heavy. They can control every aspect of the encounter without forcing players to think about their resources, stamina, and weapon selection. This contributed to a feeling of similarity in each encounter. I can definitely agree with that. I feel like I run out of stamina a lot, and that has its effects, and you feel the toll from that. But when you only have one zombie to deal with and stamina is not an issue, the combat can feel a little dry. So with Combat 2.0, they have three primary focuses. So they want to move away from single action importance and bring back the idea of stacking actions. So going for those combos and cooperation with your team. They also want to reframe the current weapons to be more clearly defined and different, offering more variables in combat. And they want to make stamina matter more. A skilled player could possibly survive alone, but teamwork is a fundamental in melee combat. So with those focuses in mind, Combat 2.0, players should be able to express themselves more in combat. Weapons will be more clearly defined. You'll have more options when engaging the enemy. Stamina rebalancing will make certain weapons feel more efficient. and others less so, and the extra hit reactions will make combat feel more visceral. Their hopes being to slow down combat, have players questioning whether it is worth the risk to engage in the combat, and bring it closer to the original No More Room in Hell experience. Bomber Claw, senior game designer, found quoting, "The match is a marathon, not a sprint, and you should not want to be alone." So interesting to see the direction they're aiming for. Again, if you're sitting there trying to fight 10 zombies today, one, what are you doing? But you're also going to run out of stamina anyways. So you already have that sense of danger a little bit. But if you can bring the zombies down to a 1v1, 1v2, 1v3-ish, they're very easy to manage just by backing slowly away, a little bit of circling, a lot of blocking. And it looks like they're really trying to move away from that. So as we get into this little Combat 2.0 clip, we see right away a kick to the face of the zombie right there. What looks like an extra heavy hit on the fireman zombie. It looks like those kicks, those knockdowns, having like a little extra meaning. Them going on the floor, actually getting some time. Hitting them, not like jumping them right back up to their feet. Your actions are having some meaning there. It looks like a much better experience. All of which should make it feel like players' choices matter more. They have more agency and tools in the way they approach combat and have a more exciting and fun time while battling against the Horde. Combat 2.0 is coming in April's update. So Map 2, Pottsville, coming in April as part of the reanimation update. They previously confirmed this back in January. They showed off a little bit of the concept art. We will get that picture up. This map offers more of a urban, old school, No More Room in Hell original experience. It doesn't seem like we're getting any new information at this time about the map, but just excited to see it coming in April. Get a couple nice screenshots of the new map coming after the April update. Waldoboro. We get a public library. What looks like just an absolutely massive cathedral church. And just an overall view of the town. What becomes apparent from all of the shots we've seen from Pottsville and Waldoboro, different time of day. Looks like we're getting some early morning action here in Waldoboro. Looks like maybe going into the evening in Pottsville. So good to see just some different time of day stuff going on. Not always just lost in the dark. So as they talk about Waldoboro, they mentioned that keen followers of the No More Room in Hell 2 before Lever Games acquisition will recognize this location, as it's been part of the map in early development for a while. Waldoboro is a non-linear, claustrophobic urban experience with 2 new ways to extract. That kind of sounds exciting. Getting away from the helicopters and whatnot. Curious to see what they got. Players find themselves responding to a cry for help from the state of Maine's CRC. Traverse a number of randomly chosen locations to secure the safety of any remaining survivors in the city. All right, we're going to save some people, not just kill some zombies and turn on the lights. Cool, cool. We wanted Waldoboro to visually look and feel different from our other maps. The tops of buildings glow orange from the early morning sun cutting through the cold fog. Even though it's morning, players will still need their flashlights, especially when heading into those dark buildings and underground catacombs. Cool, cool. I'm excited to show this map off more in the near future. So there's been a lot of conversation within the community about legacy maps. And the team wants to take this opportunity to resurrect 1 and see how the community engages with it. Huge amounts of work have already been put in by our level design and environmental art teams, and they're excited to say that Waterworld is also being tested internally. Waterworld is a working title. Its official name will be updated closer to release. So I think in one of the more recent updates, they mentioned that this was nearly in the same design state as Pottsville. So I'm hoping that maybe we see it within a month or 2 after Pottsville. So yeah, I mean, a lot of exciting stuff, I think, coming up in their smaller update in March. New weapons, inventory loadouts. That, I mean, I don't know. That's what I want. Some more difficulty balances, infection tuning, bug fixes as always. And then just an even bigger update coming afterwards with a new map, which is just, I don't know, a game changer if you're playing this and looking for a little more to experience. Hopefully you guys are enjoying these patch note reviews, roadmap updates, and whatnot. If you do like this content and want to see more of it, subscribing on YouTube and following on Twitch are the freest and easiest things you could do to help the channel out and help me bring more content to you guys. Comments are also always appreciated, as it kind of lets me know what you guys are thinking.
As always, thank you so much for watching. Interested in seeing more? Here's another video on your screen. If you liked anything you saw, please consider hitting the like button, subscribing, or sharing your thoughts in the comments. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.